I had a couple albums out already, released independently, but people knew me from that music. So I had music out, I had performed everywhere. I, had done all this stuff, but I was coming back here, needed a job, needed some money. I didn't want to use my degree, didn't want to, did not want to get stuck in a 9 to 5.
That take all the bandwidth, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I started doing Postmates and Instacart, and it was just like my prayer every time I got in my car, please do not let me see anybody I know, because I know everybody. Anybody who knows me knows I know everybody somehow. And so it was like, please, God.
Oh, my God.
And then there was one particular day, I got a notification, Britain is ordering chicken from whatever cafe. And I'm like, God, no, I know this name. I know the way it's spelled. I was like, this is Britain. This is my friend. And I remember even getting into a little fender bender on my way to his place, because it was just, anxiety was at an all-time high. And so and I text him first. I'm like, hey, did you just order chicken? I'm your driver. I'm your Postmate. And he's like, what? Okay, cool. So,
and he wasn't like, I thought you were a singer. What are you doing Postmate? That wasn't the response.
No, that definitely, so he was like, come in, and I came in, and we
shout out Britain, by the way.
Yeah, shout out. No, it's really crazy how it all unfolds. I'm going to come back to that. So we hung out for a bit, and he was like, what are you doing driving Postmates? And I was like, trying to make some money, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, look, come to the studio tomorrow. I have a session. Just come. Let's make a song. And literally I owe that whole moment and that whole thing to me being here with you, to everything that has unfolded in the past few years. So I go to the studio with him. His manager comes to the studio after I left, and he hears the song that I sang on. He's like, who is this voice? Who's this girl?
Wow.
I need to meet her. I met with him the next day at Sony, and he became my manager. Months later, he was funding music videos and things like that early on, and he connected me with Epic to get my deal. So, none of that was in vain. None of that was in vain. It had to happen that way. And also, going back to Britain ended up writing half my album with me. You know what I mean? So shout out to Postmates.
Shout out to Postmates and Britain. So see, that's a God thing, right?
Yes,
oh my God.
And that's why we have to relinquish control. We have to just chill and let the unexpected things happen.
Britain was happy to have a session with you, but you didn't think to hit Britain for a session, right? Or sometimes just reaching out and connecting could get us there. Is it a pride thing or an ego thing? Do you know where I'm going with this question?
I do. And it's. I mean, I know immediately for me, the answer that comes to my mind is it was a confidence thing. I remember Britain and I had known each other since we were teens, and really came up in the music industry together. And he always wanted to write with me and for me, and I didn't have the confidence to write with him. I was really scared, And this is somebody he saw so much in me from the beginning, And I literally was just scared to write with him.
But scared, yeah. So scared is
of just not being good enough.
So it's a confidence thing.
Yeah, it was a confidence thing.
So asking, again, reaching out for a session or maybe hitting a manager to say, hey, can we work? That a lot of that does stem from confidence then, right?
Yeah, probably.
It's interesting.
So I don't even know what grew my confidence in that moment to be like, okay.
Yeah, that's the next question.
Yeah.
What shifted? No.
Yeah, maybe desperation.
That's so funny. There's something powerful in just finding fulfillment from the craft.
Yeah.
It also would be nice to do this full time and pay bills with it.
Yes.
Let's be honest here.
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, that's real. It wasn't up until 2019 that I was doing music full time. And that was I started from me singing background for various artists and being on tour, and that was a consistent check.
Anderson Paak.
Anderson, yeah.
Okay.
Anderson, and that year I performed with Anderson, Willow Smith, Daniel Caesar. the internet.
How many years into the game did you have at that point? Like when 2019, because that sounds like that was like
gosh. A lot.
A lot. No, like a ton of years. Okay,
at least a decade. Yeah, already. Okay. Working regular jobs, taking some time off, coming back to it.
Let's inspire the people. I'm saying, like, because that sounds like an amazing sort of breakthrough to have all that, like you said.
Oh, for sure. And like at that time, I had just quit my job. I was like, I can't do this. Literally that week that I quit my job, March of 2019, I got a call to do the Kanye choir.
Do you want to do?
Yes. Do you want to do Coachella with Kanye? Heck yeah! And then that literally also, hey, somebody found me on Instagram. They're like, can you do Coachella with Anderson? So I literally did.
This was random reach out?
Yes.
Okay, but you said no to your job at that point.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I'm telling you. I'm saying, okay.
Gotta take those leaps.
You gotta take those leaps.
Yep.
Scary as they may be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.